No-namers, welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting show. So I'm going to welcome you all aboard because it's time for, you know it, liftoff.
9,
Let's go.
8,
Come on.
7, 6.
We need all your
5,
energy here,
4,
folks. Give it to
3,
me.
2.
I need it all.
0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Come on.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after.
We got this, folks. We got it. We've got this. Come on.
Get ready.
Yes.
Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt.
Yes.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yes.
Hold on to your hat. Get ready
For the ride of your life.
The show with no. It's show with no name time.
On Vom Radio.
With no name.
It's the show with no name. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Show with no name. Let's rock, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't come ready to rock, turn around and go home. We're going to rock. No sad faces. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to be sad. Just not here. This is a happy place, an exciting place where you can hang out with your amigos and enrich yourselves. To enrich, enriquecer. You can enrich yourselves. I say it from time to time, but I really mean it. I applaud you guys for your positivity, for your drive, tu motivación, your kindness, bondadosos, not just with me, with each other. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. I think it's magical. So we're going to have a magical time here today on the show with no name as we learn, as we laugh, as we play with our amigos. And you can expect a lot of challenges, but also I expect that you guys are nice and warm. Were you listening to my friend Fitz and his program, No Excuses? I hope so. Because then you're nice and warm. Calentito, nice and. Hay que aprenderse el nice and warm. And I'll tell you something. I got something yesterday that made me feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside. Fuzzy like a stuffed animal, like a teddy bear. I got a lot of birthday greetings from you guys, from family, from everybody. I really felt a lot of love, and some of them were very special. Here's one of them.
Morning.
Who's that?
Birthdays today?
Whoa. Sing
Happy
it, girl.
birthday, Alberto.
All right, Chris.
Woo! I'm wishing you a great birthday,
Sing it, girl.
just like the ones
I
you
used
sure know. Where they
tree.
take top, listen, and people listen to hear your birthday song.
Come on.
I'm
Sing it.
wishing you a nice
Birthday.
surrounded by family and friends.
Yes.
Make your day
Chris, you're killing
be
it.
merry and bright.
Sing it, girl. Amen.
And
May
may
all your
your birthdays are a
birthdays.
blast.
Come on. Ow. Gun, 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 gun. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Chris Valrol, everybody, your fellow student. Awesome job, Chris Valrol. Thank you for singing that. I don't know if you wanted me to play it on the air, but I did because I thought it was awesome. So welcome aboard, and thank you again for all the love. I really appreciate it. It makes my birthday extra special to know that I've got, of course, my family, but then I've got another family out there, and that's you guys, my show with no namers. And hopefully we'll get to see each other in person soon. Well, that's right around the corner then. It's December 13th. Jot it down. Guess who's hosting our upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night?
My name's Richard Vaughn. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
You guessed it. None other than the one and only Richard Vaughn. Join us on Wednesday, December 13th at 8:30 p.m. We're gonna have fun. We'll laugh. We'll play. You'll meet your favorite Vaughn Radio presenters and your fellow students. And there are even prizes for the winning team. So don't miss it. Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Hosted by the one and only Richard Vaughn. Wednesday, December 13th at Roll Madrid, Calle de Amaniel 23. It's gonna be tons of fun. No doubt about it. We'll see you there, folks. I just talked to Rob Grams. He's going. Kyle, we're all gonna be there December 13th at Roll Madrid for Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. It's the last one of 2023, and we're going out with a bang, como decimos, saliendo por la puerta grande. This is to go out with a bang, salir con una explosión, and we're going out with the one and only Richard Vaughn as our host. All right, guys. Well, here's our first section. I'm going to remind you of this week's question of the week. Question of the week. That's right, folks. Question of the week. What is the one thing you couldn't live without, right? The one thing that you could not live without could be pizza. Again, when it's a matter of opinion or a question, you can say either one. You can't be wrong. You might make a mistake grammatically or with pronunciation, but I'll help you with that part. But there's no way to be wrong here. It's your opinion. And I think this is one of the things that most of my students are lacking. The opportunity to express their opinion in English. And then on top of it, to be able to have their teacher correct them and guide them. I mean, take advantage of it, guys. It's a really good initiative because that's, a lot of people, they know the grammar. Great. It's not going to help you out there, though. What's going to help you out there is feeling comfortable speaking, right? Okay, and the more vocabulary, the more you've got in your head there, the better. Because then you've got your tools, tus herramientas, at your disposal, a tu disposición. But there's only one way. I remember this question so many, year after year at the book fair. Alberto, I really want my daughter or whoever, fill in the blank, to improve their speaking, or I want to improve my speaking. And you got any tricks for me? I said, yeah, just got to speak more. Now, unfortunately, if you're speaking alone, you don't know if you're making mistakes. So you can be making the same mistake over and over and over again. That's why I always recommend, no matter what you do, you should have a teacher, right? Your own, okay, I'm your teacher here on the air, but I don't work 24/7. Well, if you're in my community, yeah. But you know what I mean? It's good to have somebody you can go to who can guide you, because a teacher is more than just somebody who gives you grammar. Okay, es el presente perfecto con el ing, el gerundio. I say to that, you need somebody who knows you, knows where you are, knows where you've come from, and knows where you need to go, and can help you, right? You've already got the motivation. So, if you haven't checked out our classes, I recommend, I hate this, but I'm going to do it. Black Friday. at Vaughn. We've got Black Friday right now going on. Go to our website. Hey, serious, if you were ever thinking of taking a course or getting a material, now's the time. Get a discount. You know, I hate Black Friday, but I bought some things. In fact, most of my Christmas shopping is done. So if you want to take advantage of Black Friday here at Vaughn, you'll find amazing deals on courses, on materials. All you have to do is go to our website. It's grupovaughn.com. Or if you follow us on social media, you can find out more as well. And we also have a newsletter. And you'll know that there's a special deal going on masters, on, all different things, including our Vaughn groups. Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. That's right, folks. More information on our website, grupovaughn.com. Follow us on social media. We've got amazing deals going on for Black Friday. But right now, it's time for our pop quiz. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Pop quiz. Sing it. You know it. Come on. By now, you got to know it. Y no dices pop. It's not pop. It's pa. Ah. Pop. Escucha, ¿no? En español, cuando haces pop, it's not pop. It's pop, pop, pop. Fill it in. Rellénalo. Pop, 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 pop. Until you know how to make that sound. Pop, pop, pop. Pop quiz. No stop. Stop. Pop quiz. La O no siempre es una O. Al menos en inglés. Nada es lo que parece. Nothing is what it seems in English. All right, amigos. Welcome to our pop quiz. Also, I forgot to tell you, just remind you the email address. If you want to participate in the question of the week, many of you know this, but I forgot to give you the email address, so I'll just repeat it quickly. If you want to tell us what the one thing you couldn't live without is, you can leave me a 1-minute voice message and you can send it to my email address. It's aalonso@grupovaughn.com, aalonso@grupovaughn.com, and introduce yourself and then tell us the thing that you couldn't live without. All right? And it could be something funny. Remember, you always get points for sense of humor in life. Right? I mean, I've noticed it because I'm not the most attractive guy. I'm not necessarily tall, but girls have always, they've never run. Vamos a ponerlo así. They've never run from me. No han huido de mí. So that's a good sign. Because, you make people laugh. They feel comfortable around you and who doesn't want to laugh? Think about that. Even you could be having the best day ever and you're like, oh, another laugh. Great. This day is awesome. And you can be having the worst day ever, and you could think the same thing. Oh, wow, you know what? I really need a laugh. So today, folks, we're going to take a look at something. We're going to hear an audio clip from Speak Basketball in our pop quiz. Speak Basketball. And as always, I'm going to have a challenge for you guys afterwards. So I need everybody to pay close attention over here and listen to this audio excerpt from Speak Basketball. Again, it's available at the Von Tienda, like many other materials of ours, including my 5 books, English Everywhere. This book is the milk. This book is the milk 2, or this book is the remilk, originally called. And this book is the shit. And then don't forget also English on the Go. So 5 books that have my name on them and my seal of approval. You can pick them up at the Von Tienda. And this is an amazing material as well. Even if basketball is not your cup of tea, I think we can all learn something. Let's give it a listen. This is from Speak Basketball.
Pista 21. Capítulo 3. En ataque. Conceptos básicos. Sección técnica. Pases.
Passes.
Pase picado.
Bounce pass.
El escolta robó el balón y le dio un pase picado al tráiler para el mate.
The shooting guard stole the ball and threw a bounce pass to the trailer for the dunk.
Pase de pecho.
Chest pass.
El pase de pecho es el pase más usado en el baloncesto.
The chest pass is the most used pass in basketball.
Pase sobre bote.
Off the dribble pass.
El base usó un bote defensivo para protegerse y dio un pase sobre bote al pívot.
The point guard used a defensive dribble to protect himself and threw an off-the-dribble pass to the center.
Pase de cuchara.
Underhand pass.
Solamente los jugadores muy descarados se atreven a usar el pase de cuchara.
Only really bold players dare to use the underhand pass.
Pase por encima de la cabeza.
Overhead pass.
Fue un pase por encima de la cabeza perfecto para el tirador de la esquina.
It was a perfect overhead pass to the shooter in the corner.
Mano a mano.
Handoff.
El pívot esperó al base en el codo de la zona para hacer un mano a mano.
The center waited for the point guard at the elbow to hand it off.
Pase a una mano.
One-handed pass.
Cuando tu defensor te está presionando, es mejor que hagas un pase a una mano.
When your defender is pressing you, it's better if you throw a one-handed pass.
Pase de inicio de contraataque.
Outlet pass.
¡Vamos! Tenemos que ser más rápidos con los pases de inicio de contraataque para coger a la defensa desprevenida.
Come on! We have to be faster with the outlet passes to catch the defense off guard.
Pase entre las piernas.
Between the legs pass.
A los jugadores creativos les encanta hacer pases entre las piernas en los contraataques.
Creative players love to throw between the legs passes on fast breaks.
Pase sin mirar.
No-look pass.
Ricky Rubio engañó al defensor con ese pase sin mirar.
Ricky Rubio faked the defender out with that no-look pass.
Pase de béisbol.
Baseball pass.
El pívot cogió el rebote y lanzó un pase de béisbol que culminó en una bandeja.
The center grabbed the rebound and threw a baseball pass that resulted in a layup.
Pase de lado a lado.
Skip pass.
Si la defensa está volcada en el lado fuerte, haz un pase de lado a lado a la esquina contraria.
If the defense is overloading the strong side, throw a skip pass to the opposite corner.
Saque de banda. Saque de fondo.
Inbounds pass.
Acordaos de que tenemos que hacer nuestra salida de presión si nos presionan el saque de banda.
Remember, we have to do our press break if they're denying the inbounds pass.
Pase colgado.
Lob.
Él le dio un pase colgado perfecto para el alley-oop.
He threw a perfect lob for the alley-oop.
Pase por detrás de la espalda.
Behind the back pass.
Ella engañó a toda la defensa con ese pase por detrás de la espalda.
She faked the whole defense out with that behind the back pass.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Speak Basketball. Aprende inglés con el baloncesto. It's available at Von Tienda. Go to our website now and get your Christmas shopping done. It's vontienda.com. And as I said, take advantage of those special deals for Black Friday. All right, folks. Well, I've got a couple questions for you in our pop quiz based on some of the passes you heard. So let's see if you guys know this vocabulary. 3 different ones I'm going to give you. Let's see if you were paying attention, if you remembered them. The first one is pase de cuchara. Interesting. I didn't know that in Spanish, so there's something I learned. See, we're all learning here. So pase de cuchara is the first one we are looking at. The second one is, and you got to use these in context, guys. The next one is mano a mano. Mano a mano. I didn't know that either. So what am I doing? I'm giving you the ones I didn't know. So un pase de cuchara. And again, this could be in anything. It doesn't even have to be in basketball, really. You know, you could pass something to somebody that way. O mano a mano. Toma, coge. Right? Se lo pones en mano, en bandeja, on a tray. So mano a mano is the second one. Okay, and I'm going to show you how these are applicable, not just to sports, but to everyday life. And the last one, I didn't know either. Un pase colgado. So this is usually one that goes up in the air and arches. It looks like an arch, right? Como un arco. So those are your 3 words I want you to give me. And I want you to give them to me in context, as always. Pase de cuchara is number 1. Number 2, mano a mano. And number 3, pase colgado. These are all straight out of Speak Basketball by my amigo Alberto de Miguel with the collaboration of Ricky Rubio and the Ricky Rubio Foundation, Ricky Blan. So check it out. It's available at Von Tienda. All right, let's see who's in our virtual classroom here. Lots of students joining us. Hello, David, front row center. I hope you are ready to participate in the question of the week again. You did a great job last week. And he says, good morning, Alberto and mates, and happy late birthday to Double A. Thank you, thank you. In fact, we say happy belated. Apúntate esas, buenas saber, porque yo siempre llego tarde. Happy belated birthday. If you're like me, and you snooze, te quedas dormido a veces. Well, you've got to first jot it down. I always jot things down. If it's not jotted down, it doesn't exist. So, but thank you very much, David, and más común, happy belated birthday. Frase hecha. Born to Iron Man says, morning, friends. I missed you all. I missed y'all. You wanted to say you'll. Just be careful. I like what you're doing, Born to Iron Man, but just be careful. Y'all, vosotros, es Y-A-L-L, que es you all. Porque si pones you'll, it's you'll, you will, right? So I missed y'all yesterday. Regrettably, I couldn't attend the show with no name, but here we are again. Well, great news. Great to have you back. And don't forget, you can always get the episodes you missed wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Oh, and by the way, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough for making FYI this week. I mean, it fluctuates. It goes up and down. But this week, FYI was number 46 in Spain in the category of education. Now, I know you're thinking 46. Well, let's put it this way. The top 200 are the ones that get visibility. So really, your goal is to be in the top 200 as a podcaster. Because then, if not, people can't see your podcast. You know, when you go to Apple, podcast en educación, aprendizaje de idioma. If it's not in the top 200, you won't see it, basically. Unless maybe I don't know how it works, but your goal is to be in the top 200. Well, FYI is not only in the top 200. It's not only in the top 100. It's in the top 50 this week in Spain as far as education. So thank you. That's only possible because of you guys. Show with no namers, FYIers. It's the only reason I'm celebrating anything here is because of you guys. This is amazing news. A podcast that I started producing in my daughter's bedroom before I had a studio, right? During a really difficult time in everybody's lives. Let's not remember that time. So this FYI is that positive that comes from a negative. You know, that blessing in disguise. No hay mal que por bien no venga. What did I get from that horrible situation we all went through? I got a podcast. So that situation, which was really about destruction and really depression and dark things, ended up having a bright light. Something creation came from it. Something was created. So FYI is also a passion project of mine. Something I've always wanted to do. Stay focused on one topic. Believe me, it's really hard. But I love learning. Like right now, I'm preparing an episode on the Rolling Stones, and I love the Stones. So my job this morning was to look up some fun facts and watch a Rolling Stones documentary to prepare myself for the episode. And then, as if that wasn't enough, FYI is 46 in education in Spain. It is number 18. That's right, in the top 20 in language learning. I am just over the moon, amigos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Now, right now, we've got to go to a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back with tons more. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget to listen to all our amazing programs here. You've got the Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. You've got, what else? Fits and No Excuses. You've got Ximena Holiday and Test Your English. That's right, amigos. You've got the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. Best buddies. You can't fake that chemistry that they have. That's real. Or as we say, the real deal Holyfield. The real McCoy. That's Rob and Andy in the Lunchtime Show. At 3 o'clock, you've got one of our latest, greatest shows, Speak Up with Ruby. And then you've got, after that, Jules Linares and Let's Get Random. You've got The Salad with Dave Boyes, Kyle Miller's Drive Time, and Frankly Speaking with your host, Chris Frank. Oh, and how can I forget? The one and only Richard Vaughn. Yeah. All of that, you've got it all at your fingertips. All you have to do is download the Vaughn Radio app. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And the answer to today's Double Trouble Challenge is...
Otra vez. Mira que me encanta Vaughan Radio. Es una radio súper útil y variada. No solo aprendo inglés, sino que también aprendo un montón de curiosidades con Richard, Ruby, Kyle and Company. Lo único es que de repente la recepción la pierdo en el coche y me frustra un montón, porque estoy súper enganchado a esta radio.
No te frustres, Lucas.
¿Me oyes?
Claro que sí, te escuchamos. No te pierdas ni un minuto más de tus programas favoritos de Vaughan Radio con nuestra app gratuita. Solo tienes que buscar Vaughan Radio en donde te descargas tus apps favoritos. Y ¡voilà! Ya estás conectado a Vaughan 24/7, 365.
Vaya. Ostras, no sabía que existía la app. Me la voy a descargar ahora mismo. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
De nada. Hasta luego, Lucas. Acuérdate. Además, puedes descargar tus English Classes diarios de Vaughan Radio en todas las plataformas de podcast. Never miss a beat with the Vaughn Radio app. That's right, folks. The Vaughn Radio app. Download it now. And this way you never miss a beat. No te pierdes ni una. All right, folks, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Say what? What? Oh, this is a great one today. We've got a really awesome Say What soundbite. Amazing one. Brings back memories, amigos. Also, a quick reminder, on tomorrow's show, we've got Learn with Lara Lesson 4. Lesson 4 of our new section with my daughter. That'll be airing tomorrow. So many reasons to join the show with No Name. Friday, we've got Question of the Week, where we hear from you guys. And Wednesdays, we hear from the lovely Lara, my daughter. All right, amigos. Here we go with the Say What soundbite. I'm going to play it for you 4 times. So that means you'll have 4 chances to write down everything you hear. And good luck. I think it should be relatively easy today. Here we go. This is the first listen.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see? And
Good.
we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Say What soundbite for the first time. Again, I think most of you, knowing your level as individuals and collectively, really, I don't think anybody should have too much difficulty with this one today. All right, so let me give it to you a second time, and then I want you to tell me what you heard in your best English. Is everybody ready? Here's the Say What soundbite for the second time.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see? And
Good.
we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
All right, there you go, folks. That's your Say What soundbite for the second time. You'll hear it another 2 times here on the show today, and hopefully somebody will be able to jot it all down. Again, I think today I'll bet excuse me, I would bet I would say 3 or 4 of you at least are going to get it today. And maybe even, you might not even need 4 listens. Let's put it that way. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Chris Valrol, there she is, our singer extraordinaire. She says, hi, amazing show with no namers. As happy as a clam. Oh, wait a second. As happy as a clam. Tan contento como una almeja, lo decimos, yeah. I'm as happy as a clam. Otra que me gusta con marisco, moluscos, is the world is your oyster. El mundo es tu ostra. Significa el mundo es tuyo. No te lo comes, es tuyo. The world is your oyster. I hope you're as happy as a clam. Hey, esos son frases en inglés. Nice job, Chris. We also say as happy as Larry. Yeah, Larry es muy contento because we're as happy as Larry. She says, oh, Fitz, what a good egg. Ooh, another idiomatic expression that has to do with food. He really is a good egg. Hold on, it's me, and I'm happy you liked it. Well, Chris, you sounded great, honestly. And I'm talking about your singing and your English diction. So keep it up. That's another way to speak aloud. Sing. The idea is to vocalize in English. Even if it's in the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. Or that, or just saying, it's a pen, it's a phone, it's a car, it's a, not itisa. Eat is eat es comer. It's it. It's Y no es it is. It is. No, it's a. Y como se suele poner con a o an, it's a car, it's an ambulance, it's an owl. La N del an se une a la otra palabra. It's an ambulance, it's an owl. Little tricks of the trade, truquitos. So Marisol is in the house. What's up, Marisol? Great to have you here with us on the show. She says, good Tuesday, fellows. Let's rock today. Well, as I told you, I'm working on a Rolling Stones episode of FYI, so I've been rocking all morning. I had to do my research. Watch some Rolling Stones videos. Omar, my boy Omar, tuning in from New York. He said, drunk women. The ones who ran from me or the ones who didn't run from me? All right, here's Chris. Chris is participating in our pop quiz. Awesome job. She says he used an underhand pass. Now, this is interesting because the reason I wanted to point this one out, well, first, great job. But also, I wanted to teach you that if something is underhanded, it's there's something fishy going on. So, let me give you an example. I'll give you the example on word reference. The company was accused of using underhanded business tactics. Underhanded, turbio, engañoso, solapado. Okay, that was a very underhanded thing to do. Turbio. So it's not just a pass, but it makes sense. Underhand, right? Like this. She says he waited for a handoff pass. And that's awesome as well, Chris. But again, as I told you, all of these are used outside of basketball too. That's why I chose them. And also because I didn't know them in Spanish. So an underhanded pass and also an underhanded comment or an underhanded strategy. It's got that double meaning. Also a handoff is to pass something on to somebody else, to hand it off. So let's say in your company, the marketing department is working on a new campaign. Well, when they're finished, they have to hand it off to the agency so they can work on it. Traspasarlo, hacer la transferencia, to hand it off. Okay, ahora está en tus manos. Think about it, a handoff. So it's a noun and a verb, to hand something off to somebody. I think of a relay race, relevos. You hand it off. Toma, ahora es tuyo. So that's a way of saying passing the responsibility to somebody too, right? And get your hands off me. Quítame las manos de encima. And she says, and I missed one, and I don't really know how to use them in context. Well, basketball, that's the easiest way, right? If we use them in basketball. But I wanted to give you guys another usage of these. That's exactly why I chose them, as I said. I'll give you the third one. I can't remember which pass it was now. Let me find it because I just closed the book. Give me a second there, folks. Page 60. This is page 60. If you want to participate or you want to look along, it's page 60 in Speaking Basketball. Oh, and the last one, un pase colgado. But I wanted to teach you this one because it means to throw something lightly. The word is lob. So, the best way to describe lobbing something to somebody, can you lob that to me? To lob is to throw something up in the air. It should make like an arch, right? Lanzar algo haciendo un arco. Lanzar algo por lo alto. To lob, right? In tennis, it's a hit. One of the different hits in tennis is called a lob. And it's hacer un globo, tirar un globo. Makes sense. So lob. I know you know the word throw. You might know the word toss. But did you know the word lob? L-O-B. Oh, and in soccer, he lobbed the ball over the goalie's head. Vaselina, you call it, right? Una vaselina, when there's an arch. Just think of this. Lob equals arch. Simple. In baseball, when it goes up really, really high and then comes down. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent job in our pop quiz. Well, excellent job, Chris. I think Chris is the only one who participated, in fact. So, excellent job, Chris. Let's see, Vero. Vero says it sounds like a woman. Oh, we're talking about the Say What soundbite. Great. Vero says it sounds like a woman is describing a place to someone who sounds to be an extraterrestrial. Or, you know what? It's a lot easier. It's who sounds like, who seems to be, or sound, I would say sounds like. Y te quitas es lo más directo. Someone who sounds like an extraterrestrial. Well, excellent job, Vero. Wonderful. Chris Valrol. She says it's an excerpt from a movie. I heard an American woman describing terrestrial stuff to a kind of robot or something similar. Chris, nailed it. And Chris, you're our movie queen, so you know what movie it is. I imagine you know what movie it is, right? All right, that's not important yet. First, it's about you expressing what you heard, expressing your opinion in English. And then you'll have 2 more chances, as you know, to write it all down. Good luck, amigos. And if nobody else wants to participate in this section, we're going to have to move on because here on the show with no name and in life in general, time is of the essence. What does that mean? Los segundos cuentan. Time is of the essence, amigos. So we are going to move on to our spelling bee. Speaking of robots.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's our spelling bee here on the show with no name. And I've got to say, man, yesterday's spelling bee was hellish. All right? Hellish. Hellish. Infierno. So hellish como el infierno. It's a great way to say un día de perros. Like when people say, how was your day? Man, my wife yesterday, she had a hellish day. And it's good because today she's having a better day. But usually, when one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. You're like, okay, so is nobody going to be nice to me today? And she had to go to a government office to take care of some paperwork. And everybody, she had to go to a doctor's appointment. The doctor treated her like an idiot. And she's like, is it me? Or is I just want to go back to bed. Yesterday, man, that was hellish. My wife's day and our spelling bee. But thankfully, we can see the sun shining up ahead in the distance. All right, amigos, as always, I'm going to spell some things for you, and I want to see if you guys can figure out what these words are. Start every one with a capital letter. For the sake of simplicity, every word should start with a capital letter, and that's about it. As always, I'm going to fly through them on the first listen, and on the second one, I'm going to be nice. The first one is VIEW space RESTAURANT space ampersand space LOUNGE. The second one is TOP space WORLD. The third one is 360 space BAR space ampersand space DINING. The fourth one is SPHERE space RESTAURANT. And the fifth one is SPINNING space TURM. And the sixth one is LA space Ronde. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. That's right, folks. You can get more information about Vaughan Town and all those special deals we got going on right now over at our website, grupovaughn.com. All right, let's see. We've got somebody taking a stab at it here. Let's see. The first one, Born to Iron Man. The first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The next one, you put O as in the letter O, but I'm going to give it to you because okay, I got you. But I meant O, a veces cero es O cuando sigue un número, right? So, all right, but that's parece igual, right? And then that's correct. So the next one is correct. Ooh, you're missing some punctuation in the fifth one. I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to give you this, but just because there are two mistakes here. So that one, okay, it's a technicality. Es la O cero. Pero como venía con números, pues ahora sabemos que es, because when I say my phone number, 043. I know it's 0, but nobody says 0 because it's 2 syllables instead of 1. So excellent effort, Born to Iron Man. But we've got to go at it again. We've got to get up because it's round 2 of today's Spelling Bee, my amigos. Let's see if anybody can get these words down perfectly. The first one is VIEW space RESTAURANT space ampersand space LOUNGE. The next one is TOP space WORLD. The next one is 360. También podría haberlo dicho así. But I said 360 space BAR space ampersand space DINING. The fourth one is SPHERE space RESTAURANT. The next one, the fifth one, is SPINNING space TURM. And the last one is LA space RONDE. There you go, folks. That's as slow as I can go without babying you. Hopefully somebody got these over here. Anybody get this list of rotating restaurants? That's right. Today we're looking at some of the most famous rotating not easy to say, famous rotating restaurants ever. That's right, amigos. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol is taking a stab at it over here. Let's see. I have a feeling she got it. Let's see. The first one is correct, Chris. The second one is correct, Chris. The third one is correct, Chris. The fourth one is also correct. The fifth one is correct. And the sixth one is also correct. And I see Born to Iron Man, you got it as well. So great job, Chris. And Born to Iron Man. Andrea as well, making an effort, a decent effort over there, Andrea. Excellent job. Well, I'm going to ask you guys, and excuse my ignorance, but this is one of the great things about being able to chat with you guys live. Are there any revolving or rotating restaurants in Spain? I'm not too sure. I'm sure there's got to be one, maybe in Barcelona, possibly. Well, today, in 1961, La Ronde, se escribe, La Ronde opened, not in France, but in Honolulu, in Hawaii. And why was that important? You're like, big deal. La Ronde, a restaurant in Honolulu, Hawaii. What? So what? 1961. Why is that a big deal? Well, that was the first revolving restaurant in the United States. And now these have become more and more popular because you sit in one part of the restaurant and, you know, when you're having dessert, you're getting a totally different view. I remember my wife took me to one of these for her birthday. Well, I took my wife, I should say. I took my wife to the revolving, maybe there are many in London, but, and it was a wonderful experience. I was also in one in in Clearwater in Florida. That's in the Gulf of Mexico. And if you've never been to a rotating restaurant, it's a pretty cool concept. Like, there are no bad views. Wherever you sit, you've got an amazing view. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with tons more. So stick around. Nice job, amigos, and thanks for learning and laughing with us here every day on the Show with No Name. Newsflash. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Attention all Show with No Namers. As of January 2024, the Show with No Name live stream will be available exclusively to my patrons. If you'd like to continue to watch the show daily and participate in real time, join us at patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. And what is Patreon, you may ask? Well, as many of you know, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've taught all kinds of people, from famous folks to young kids. And with a background in acting, I love communication. I have a radio show that's been on the air for 15 years and a very successful podcast called FYI. I've also written 5 books and have appeared on numerous TV and radio programs. But the thing I'm most proud of is this curious community on Patreon that we are creating every day together. And I really think you should join us. For as little as €3 a month, you can have access to Show with No Name live stream daily. Every week you can get a bonus episode of FYI. Also PDFs so you can follow the podcast. And the moment you sign up, you'll have access to an archive of over 1,000 posts. You'll also get early access to all my content. And a new feature, a chat, so you can have direct access to me and your fellow students. And most of all, you'll be a part of a curious community of people just like you, English explorers. Consider joining us on Patreon for as little as €3 a month, and you'll get access to so many English resources. And I highly recommend you sign up for a yearly membership. This way you make a commitment and you'll also save 10%. And don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my interstellar students.
I've already improved my pronunciation, and as a consequence, I've gained a lot of confidence in my speaking. Thanks to our weekly review class and our monthly masterclass, where, by the way, to top it off, we have a lot of fun. In a nutshell, if you are willing to better your English, and much more, in a fun way, you won't regret it if you join us.
Alberto is a passionate teacher, an excellent communicator, and what I think is key, he's able to put himself in the student's shoes. He's always willing to help. You'll have access to a wide range of topics every week, bonus content, vocabulary receipts, weekly review classes, monthly master classes, and so on. I think it's much more than just learning English. So go to Patreon, have a look around, and give it a try.
Because it has helped me keep my English in check and improve my language skills in the most fun way, because his podcast is really entertaining and fun, and so are the classes that we have afterwards to revise and go over the vocabulary and just discuss interesting topics. So if you're considering becoming a Patreon, don't hesitate, because that's a great way to improve your English.
We now return you back to your regularly scheduled program. So what are you waiting for? Learn and laugh with us in our curious community over on patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. See you there. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with no name. We've got so much to do in the second half of today's show. We're going to look at revolving restaurants from around the world. We've got homophones. We've got our Say What soundbite. We've got Name That Movie, Double Trouble, and so much more up ahead. Amigos, you're not going to want to miss it. And tomorrow, we've got our brand new section with my daughter, Learn with Lara, Lesson 4. And if you're in my community, you've already heard it. Well, you get early access. So I know it's a winner. I know it's awesome. Not because of me, my daughter. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. I'm saying my daughter is just charming, funny, and you learn English with her. And I want you again to always think about in the Learn with Lara session, she doesn't know about grammar. She doesn't know about pronunciation, la I latina, none of it, none. Not interested. And she doesn't need it. She's just a little parrot. And as you'll see in this upcoming episode, we even play the parrot game, El Juego del Loro. It's great because I can get her to say anything. I'm like, my daddy is the strongest guy in the whole wide world. And she goes, my daddy's the strongest guy in the whole wide world. I even get her to say, Lara's a little stinker, apestosilla. Hey, it's the parrot game. You got to say what I say. But I also use it to teach her more complicated structures. All right, well, folks, it's time for Homophones on the Show with No. Homophones on the show with no name.
It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 Show with no name. Show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And all you have to do here is tell me the two words I'm asking you for and tell me if they sound exactly the same. That without context, you wouldn't know which one I was saying. As you'll hear in the upcoming class with Lara, we're looking at a joke and I say, do you think the lion is lion? And she pauses and she looks at me and she's like, good one. So again, it's playing, it's having fun. That's all we do. We're not looking at grammar. Again, she doesn't even know what that word means. You know what I mean? My daughter's like, grammar. If I said the word grammar, she's like, grandma? No, grammar. Why are you pronouncing grandma like that? All right, the first word is espera. Espera. Okay. I know you got to know this word. Pero no te la aprendas sin el for. Si no, no sé por qué. Es como el listen sin el to. 1000 veces, cada vez que va a un listen, porque cada vez que viene, ¿a quién quieres que le hagas caso? Listen to her, listen to me. You have to use the to, and it's not to, it's to. Listen to me, listen to me. Okay? So again, I want you guys to focus on that stuff. I want you to focus on how we pronounce things, how we put things together, because many of you are at that level, right? Many of you are at that level where you want to start working on those little nuances, like saying, instead of it is beautiful, saying it's gorgeous, or it's, but not it's gorgeous. ¿Ves la diferencia entre it is beautiful and it's lovely? No es la palabra beautiful because many people overpronounce the word. So use another word. It's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous, but not it is. It's freaking beautiful. All right. And you can say beautiful, just don't pronounce every syllable. Beautiful, beauta. Viuda, como viuda. She's a beautiful viuda. Hey, if it helps. We're always playing with words. So the first word is espera. The second word is peso. There you go. The first word is espera. The second word is peso. I also have to give you today's Say What soundbite here. Here it is for the third time. I think it's pretty easy, so I imagine you guys will be able to figure it out. Here we go.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see? And we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant!
That's right, folks. More information about that, too, at our website. All right, let's take a look at today's homophones over here. The first person to participate is Daniela. What's up, Daniela? And Daniela, those are the correct words. And she says they're homophones. All right. Born to Iron Man. Those are the correct words. And Born to Iron Man says they're homophones as well. Oh, wait a second. So two really awesome students who usually don't make too many mistakes are telling me that these words sound the same. And then you add Chris Valrol and Vero to boot, además, and Does anybody care to bet against them? I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet against them. Well, let's say the words. The first word is wait. Y apréndetelo con wait for. Wait for me. Wait for her. I told her I'm not going to wait for. It's wait for. Unless you're just saying wait, que también se puede decir hold on. You know that one, right? Hold on. Hold on is another way to say espera. But wait. Y apréndetelo con for. And then the next one that we have over here is weight. Weight. What is the average weight of an elephant, right? Pero normalmente cuando hacemos la pregunta, ¿cuánto pesas? We don't say, what is your weight? Sino, how much do you weigh? So, ojo con eso. Weigh es el verbo, weight es el sustantivo. Y weigh también es homófono de camino, right? So, we have to weigh the truck before we take that way. Antes de que coger ese camino, hay que pesar el camión, right? So, it's weigh, pesar, que suena igual que camino, W-A-Y, and weight, peso, que suena igual que wait, espera. And don't learn the word wait without learning the word for with it. All right, my amigos, we've got a lot to do. So we've got the homophones. Did I give you? No, let me give you the say what soundbite. I don't think did I give it to you for the third time? Well, you know what? You're going to get a bonus time if I did.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see? And we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
All right, there you go. Yes, it's true. I did play it for you already. Well, you got it you're going to get it 5 times today. So you really have no excuses, as my buddy Fitz says. All right. Also, we got Fabio, and he said it as well. The words sound alike. Wonderful job in the homophone section. All right, let's go back to our spelling bee now, because we're looking at these revolving restaurants. And Chris says, I found at least 2 revolving restaurants in Barcelona. I don't know if they're opened. I have to research. She says, Lara is an amazing little parrot. She always makes us smile. Oh, yeah. You can guarantee that your Wednesdays will always be bright with my daughter, Lara, on board. All right, well, let's take a look at these restaurants. The 6th one was La Ronde, which opened in Honolulu, Hawaii today in 1961. It was the first revolving restaurant in the U.S. Number 1 on our list was the View Restaurant and Lounge. Now, it's not a very creative name, is it? The View Restaurant and Lounge. Okay, well, I guess I don't know. Well, this is New York's only rooftop revolving restaurant. So New York has got a lot of rooftop bars, but revolving, this is the only one that offers a 360-degree view of New York City. And it's located at, fíjate la construcción ahí, located at, la D va con el at, y es at, la dirección, 1535 Broadway. It's on the 47th and 48th floors of that building. And that one is called, again, The View Restaurant and Lounge. Ampersand is el and, el símbolo and. The second one is Top of the World. I guess that one's a little bit better, but still, it's kind of cheesy. Well, this is situated over Sin City in Las Vegas. It's an award-winning restaurant, and it's located on top of the iconic Stratosphere. The Stratosphere is a very iconic tower located in Las Vegas. By the way, there's an FYI episode on Las Vegas. If you haven't heard it, give it a listen. It's really fascinating when you hear about the history of Las Vegas and how it's changed so much. It's interesting, very interesting place. Top of the world. The next one is 360 or 360 Bar and Dining, and that is number 3 on our list over here. This one is located high above the Sydney skyline in the iconic Sydney Tower. And obviously you get panoramic bird's eye view. Lo decimos igual. Bird's eye view. Vista de pájaro. A bird's eye view of Sydney. That's got to be amazing. Seeing the harbor, the opera house. The harbor es el puerto. And yeah, I've never been to Australia. I've never been to Oz. They call it Oz. But I don't know if I could afford that place. You know, a lot of these places are on the expensive side. They're costly, and you got to dress up. There's a dress code, you know. The next one is the sphere. Esfera. You say esfera. Para nosotros no lleva una E delante. Y no es una F, es el sonido F, que es la PH. So, sphere. Sphere Restaurant. And where is Sphere Restaurant located? Well, this is in Germany's Berlin TV Tower. So it's not as far from Spain. I guess Barcelona. I imagined Barcelona just seems like the right city to have that, you know? So that's pretty cool. 360-degree revolving restaurant. It's a symbol of Berlin, that TV tower. I remember when I was there, too. It really stood out. But I didn't know there was a restaurant up there, see? I didn't know that part. The next one is spinning, Turm. And colon is dos puntos. Semicolon is punto y coma. So it's colon and semicolon. And that's spinning, Turm. Spinning es que está girando. And Turm. This is located within Vienna's Danube Tower. And you get Austrian cuisine while getting breathtaking views of the city and the Danube River. Seems amazing. You know, again, a lot of these things, you got to get ready to splash some cash because it ain't cheap. To splash some cash es gastarte una pasta. And the last one on the list, which is the one that started the whole conversation, was La Ronde, which opened today in 1961 in Honolulu, becoming the first revolving restaurant in the USA. All right, well, folks, we've got to move on because we've got a lot of stuff to do over here. So let's take it to one of my favorite places, the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie only on the show with no name. Let's take a look at the movie I've chosen for you today. Now, this is a movie I really loved. I remember watching it when it came out on TV and, when it was on HBO, not TV, on cable. And I watched it religiously. I think I've seen this movie 20 times. Now, I haven't seen it in over 20 years now or more. But at the time, I loved this movie. And if you think about this movie, these days, I don't know if you could make this movie. It's a movie that could only be made in the 80s, not without, a bunch of people like protesting it, And the movie, I'll give you a little clue. The movie came out in 1986. And, the tagline is a comedy with heart and soul, con arte, con pasión, a comedy with heart and soul. All right, are you ready? Here it is. Here's the premise, and you'll see why these days it's questionable whether you could make this movie. And it goes as follows. To achieve his dream of attending Harvard, a pampered teen poses as a young black man to receive a full scholarship. All right, so you heard it. That's right. Blackface. People get canceled for less than that. So to achieve his dream, lograr su sueño, of attending Harvard, ojo con esa palabra, porque asistir no es assist y no es attend to, asistir a. En inglés es attend directamente lo que asistimos. So of attending Harvard, a pampered teen. And what does pampered mean? Well, first, let me tell you that the word pampers in English is another way to say diapers. pañales, right? So I guess it makes sense if you pamper somebody, le mimas. And if they're pampered, they're mimado. It's a good name for unos pañales. Oh, yesterday, speaking of, I remember we were watching, I think I told you guys this story, but just to show you how Lara, I just looked at your name, Lara, I love how she just repeats stuff and she doesn't even think about it. And before, now she knows it's España. But when she was a baby, she used to say español because she knew the word pañal and she knew es. She goes, well, that's what they're saying, español. And I'm just thinking, it's diaper, it's Pampers. Excellent. Those stories. And she knows it now, even her. You know how we said in the past, when you put your foot in your mouth or you make a mistake, she looks back at that as an anecdote and she laughs at it. So that's the greatest thing. Our mistakes are blessings in disguise. Otra forma de decir son, no hay mal que por bien no venga. All right, we've got a winner. Please give it up for Chris Valrol. Excellent job. Yes, so a pampered teen poses as a young black man to receive a full scholarship, una beca completa, no pagada. And the movie is called Soul Man. Soul Man. And it stars C. Thomas Howell. C. Thomas Howell, and he had to wear colored contacts. They toned his skin to look black. And kind of interesting there. Tim Robbins was actually cast in the movie as well, but he dropped out because he was filming Howard the Duck, which I think that's like probably one of the worst movies ever made, right? Howard the Duck, another movie from 1986. So Tim Robbins was initially going to play that role, but Howard the Duck went over schedule. No, se pasaron del presupuesto ahí. They went over schedule, and C. Thomas Howell ended up playing the white guy who pretends to be black so he can get into an Ivy League school, Harvard, as they say. So if you haven't seen the movie, I remember it being fun. I mean, I remember watching it over and over and over. So, and Mark Watson says in the scene, he says, I got the money, Brad. Tengo el dinero, Brad. And Brad says, oh, how? ¿Cómo has conseguido el dinero? And Mark says, where there's a will, there's a way. Querer es poder. It's a great expression if you didn't know it. Where there's a will, there's a way. And Brad says, yeah. And what's your way? ¿Y cuál es tu manera? Not to be confused with getting your way. If you say he always gets his way, siempre se sale con la suya. Are you used to getting your way? ¿Estás acostumbrado a salir con la tuya? So he says, and what's your way? Right? And Mark says, it's a secret way. He's whispering it. It's a secret way. And Gordon says, a secret way. Una forma secreta. And way, we looked at. Way, pesar, we said before. And we also said it was camino. So in this case, camino. A secret way. Bueno, manera. And then Brad says, well, that's great, Marco. His name's Mark, but I would say Marquitos. Marco, that's great, Marco. But just in case your secret way falls through, cae, no llega a pasar. Just in case it falls through, feel free to look me up. Buscarme, contactar conmigo, realmente quiere decir. This is the perfect phrasal verb you use when somebody's going to your city. So let's say you're in New York and you meet somebody and you're speaking English, you've had a couple beers with them, and then finally they say, well, listen, thank you so much. You know, we had a great time here. And the person says, I'm thinking about going to Madrid next year. And you live in Madrid like me, and you say, well, you know what? Well, look me up when you're in Madrid. Ahora, esto antes era búscame en la guía telefónica. We don't use those anymore. But the meaning is the same. Llámame, right? Dime algo. Look me up. apúntala porque es, si estás de viaje por ahí es la que usas. Look me up when you go to Madrid. Te lo juro, it's that phrasal verb that you use for that situation. So feel free to look me up. Thanks for the cocktail, Gordon. Gracias por el cóctel. And Mark says, you didn't believe me, do you? Right? You didn't believe me, didn't you? Pero como está, sigue sin creerme. You don't believe me. No me crees. Well, the joke's on you. Pues el chiste, tú eres el hazme reír. Right? You're the laughing stock. O sea, no se están riendo de mí, se están riendo de ti. La expresión es, the joke's on you. Nos estamos riendo de ti, no tú y de nosotros. If you think that, that was a smart decision, well, the joke's on you. Right? So he says, the joke's on you, sucker. And the word suck, well, suck is mamar, right? So a sucker es un mamón, un pringao, I think would be the greatest translation. Well, you know how I learned that word in Spanish? Sufre, mamón, devuélveme a mi chica. Oh, yeah, see, I learned. And I remember asking somebody, I'm like, what is mamón? They're like, mamon's an idiot, a moron. I'm like, oh, okay. So I started to research it on my own. I'm like, deja de mamar. Este está, right? And mamar. And I'm like, sucker. He's a sucker. Great word. And it's similar in Spanish. So he goes, well, the joke's on you, sucker, because I'm going to Harvard. And don't call me a liar. He says, that asshole thinks I'm lying. Right? He's starting to believe that he's actually black. And he says, that asshole thinks I'm lying. Ese cabrón cree que yo estoy mintiendo. And his friend kindly reminds him, he says, Mark, you are lying. Y muy importante donde ponemos ese énfasis. He doesn't say, Mark, you're lying. He doesn't say, Mark, you are lying. He says, Mark, you are lying. So that's an important thing, where we put the emphasis. We have some exercises we do at Vaughn, and I use them in my classes as well, where it's John's car. Whose car is it? It's John's car. Whose object? Again, so depending where you put the emphasis, I'm giving you some random examples right now because we've got to go to a quick commercial break, amigos. We have a lot to do in the fourth and final part of today's show. Time is just flying by here on Vaughn Radio, on the show with no name. The good news is the party continues after today's show with Ximena Holiday and her program Test Your English, where she will put you to the test. You and the Nacho. So stick around for that too. We've got so much to cover today. Say it with me. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 4 of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're tuned in live or you're listening in via podcast. Thank you. Or the Vaughn Radio app. Just remember, we've got a lot of special deals going on right now at Vaughn for Black Friday. You can find more information at our website, grupovaughn.com. You can get special deals on our Executive Master and Business English, also in Vaughn Groups, and many more courses and materials. Stop by our website and take the plunge. Tírate de cabeza, zambullirse. I mean, if you were ever toying with the idea of signing up for a Vaughn course, now's the time. Take advantage of these special deals while they last. More information at our website, grupovaughn.com. Also, follow us on social media. We're on every platform, from YouTube to LinkedIn to Twitter to Twitch to Instagram. Look for Grupo Vaughn and you'll find us. We've also got a phone number if you want to use the horn, 911-3858-31. Find out about all our special deals. Oh, yeah. And folks, it's time for Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It is our Double Trouble only on the show with no name. Oh, and I forgot. This week, we're also celebrating Thanksgiving. That's right. This Thursday, it's Thanksgiving in the United States, so we've got a special show planned for you as well. Oh, and mark your calendars. December 1st, write this down. December 1st, we are having a show with no name, Vaughn Radio Bash. And what is a bash? A bash is a huge party. We're going to be doing a live show. It's going to be during the show with no name. Richard Vaughn's going to be with us. Kyle Miller's going to be with us, and many other people who are a part of Vaughn Radio. And we're going to tell you guys the Vaughn Radio story, how it started and how we've come this far after 20 years. So firstly, thanks. That we wouldn't be here after 20 years if it weren't for you guys. So thank you. But mark your calendars, December 1st, we've got a really special show. Tomorrow, we've got my daughter in an amazing lesson where I think you guys are really going to find it heartwarming. And you're also going to learn as well, especially if you mimic, it's another way of saying imitate. If you mimic her pronunciation, you'll have it. I mean, I'm telling you, she's parroting me, parrot her. Make it maybe just more fun. She sounds cuter than me, I'll tell you that. Suena mucho más mona, no? Mucho. Oh. And I love when she says to me, "No, Dad. She says it just like an American kid. "No, Dad." Oh, man. So cute. And thankfully, I've been able to produce that section every week. I'm not going to force her. If she doesn't want to have class, we're not having class. But for now, every time we have our little conversations, we're cooking, we're doing an activity, I try and record. And I try and make sure she doesn't realize it. Because we always act a little bit differently when we know we're being recorded. So I try and just, when we start talking or we're reading a book or cooking dinner, and I'm like, she's up for it. Está para la labor. So let me make that clear. I'm not exploiting my daughter. And the moment she's like, "Dad, I don't want to do it. I don't want to," we're done. And, but she's always ready to have a conversation and play and sing. Lately, we've been doing Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico, ooh, ooh, ooh. And we're using this song not just to learn one of the greatest songs ever and how to harmonize Galileo, deep, Galileo, high voice, right? Deep voice. And not only is she learning all that, but she's asking me, who's Galileo? What's this Galileo thing? And I'm like, well, it's a very famous music venue in Madrid, but he's also an astronomer. And she said, what's an astronomer? See how that works? An astronomer is somebody who looks at stars. Do you like to look at stars? So again, if you notice, I keep Lara talking, but that's not today. But I just wanted to let you guys know we got some really special shows coming up before the Christmas break. We will be taking a Christmas break for a couple weeks, but we've got some really great stuff before that. So make sure you download our free app and you never miss a show here at Vaughn. Amigos, it's time for Double Trouble. Yeah.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is.
Give it up.
Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It is Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And I think this one's going to be pretty easy. And I'll never forget this word, where I learned it, because it was my position when I played soccer. That's right. I played soccer. You call it football when I was a little kid. And I played in this position. And I looked it up, but we'll see if you guys know it. Maybe you have a different name for it, just like you do with movies, which, by the way, Chris says, una escuela muy loca in Spain. Oh, my God. You would never know you were talking about the same movie. Una escuela muy loca. Soul Man. O sea, ¿qué tiene que ver con un tío pintándose de negro? What? You'll never know that by the movie title. Well, in the States, because they say black people have soul, no saben bailar, cantar mejor que. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying they say. I don't even know who they are. So that's why he said soul man, right? He's a soul man, even though he's a white guy. Usually they say white people don't have soul. Well, hey, we got maybe other things, but dancing, except my wife. She's an excellent dancer. And my daughter. We're going to start our own dance team over here. All right, let's focus here. El barrendero juega de defensor libre por el centro en su liga local. Now, again, this has to do with soccer. El fútbol. I know it's not fútbol. I know it's football. But I've heard people say fútbol here in Spain, and that's pretty crazy. So, el barrendero juega de defensor libre por el centro. That's how they define the position. En su liga local. And just a quick reminder, there's an FYI episode on soccer with my amigo Ruben Palomero and Tommy Hay. And Ruben, you might know as the author of Speak Football. Perhaps there's no sport as internationally popular as this one. It's been dubbed the beautiful game by its throngs of flocking followers. Moreover, it's much more than merely a masterful match played by 11 players on a pitch. To some, it represents a sense of belonging, pride, and passion. We are going to get a kick out of the sacred sport, sometimes called soccer, on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info. Inglés. You got it. There you go, folks. To get a kick out of something, disfrutarlo a tope. I use that pun on purpose. I hope you guys are getting a kick out of the show with no name. All right, let's see if you guys were able to figure. Well, wait, before I give you the double trouble, I've got to give you the Say What soundbite. This is the 5th listen. You guys got a bonus one today. Is everybody ready? Here we go.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right, right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see, and we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
All right. There you go, my amigos. That is your 5th listen. And unless my eyes are failing me here, nobody's participated yet. I thought it was going to be easy. Maybe not. Maybe there's something in there that's throwing people off, desconcertando a mis amigos. Well, I hope not. I hope not. All right. Well, let's see if anybody's able to figure out our double trouble today. Let's take a look. We've got Leo in the house. What's up, Leo? He says the sweeper plays as a sweeper in his local league. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Nice job, Leo. That's right. So a sweeper, a person who sweeps, right? They sweep up or they sweep the streets. And it's an irregular verb. It's like sleep. So sleep and sweep are both ept. Sleep, slept, slept. Sweep, swept, swept. Okay? And sweep is not just used for barrer también. To sweep somebody off their feet is enamorarles, right? Wow, he swept me off my feet. You know, I never met anybody so romantic in my life, right? So a sweeper is barrendero. Now, if you add the word street to it, this is pretty interesting. Street sweeper, this is the machine, right? The street sweeper is coche escoba. Well, actually, it's interesting. It can be both things. So the street sweeper can be a person. He's a sweeper or he's a street sweeper. And it's also coche escoba, that machine that comes around and cleans up the streets. So in case you didn't know it, it can be a person or a machine. Also, a sweeper is libero, escoba. ¿Se pone escoba? ¿Se dice barredora, escoba? Bueno, formal. Defensor libre por el centro, excuse me. So there you go. You can learn all that vocabulary in Speak Football. Also, I just shared the links of the FYI episodes on soccer, football. Call it what you will. It's fascinating. And let's say Chris is taking a stab too. The sweeper plays as a sweeper in his local league. Chris Val Roll also. Leo and Chris. Wow. Awesome job, my amigos. Let's see, Daniela, who's been on fire. She says, all right, excellent job. You got it. Daniela got our Say What soundbite. Give it up for Daniela. Excellent job, Daniela. All right. Well, folks, it is time to move on because we've got a lot to do. So let's celebrate with today's famous birthday trivia.
One, two, three. Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And our first birthday boy, his name is, excuse me. All right, al menos os enseño lo que he hecho. I cleared my throat. You clear your throat. It's a good idea before you speak, but since I've been speaking for almost 2 hours, well, I've got a little bit of phlegm. Sorry about that. In fact, let me just take a sip of water. 1 second. Sometimes I forget I'm human, guys. And I need to breathe and take a sip of water from time to time. All right, so this person's last name, if you literally translate it, is Flatlands, right? Flatlands. So it's level ground. Terreno sin árboles. I didn't know this. I'm learning this today, right now, okay? So terreno sin árboles is his last name, Flatlands. His first name is the name of the deity in the Christian religion. Wow. So pretty serious name there. And where's he from? Well, he was born in Seville, Spain. That's right. And what position does he play? Is he a sweeper? No, he's not a sweeper like Leo. Leo says he usually plays sweeper as well. Oh, in your home league. I got you. Gotcha, Leo. Gotcha. So, yeah, this footballer plays as a right back, a right winger as well. He switches between those two. Right back is defensa, pero a la derecha, atrás. Makes sense, back. And a right winger's por la ala derecha, right? So he plays on the right. He plays for Seville. He's the captain of Seville. He's also played for the Spanish national team. He has won 8 major titles, including 4 UEFA Cups, the Europa Leagues, as they're called, and 2 Copas del Rey. In 2013, he signed for Man City. So he moved to Manchester, where he won the 2013-2014 Premier League. He then rejoined Seville in 2017, and he has the record now, the current record for the most competitive appearances at 654 at the time of the recording of this program. And, excuse me, I just sneezed. And what else? In 2009, he was called up to represent his team in Spain, the national team. We don't say the selection. And they won the 2010 World Cup, the Euro 2012, and the 2022-2023 Nations League. And he has had 49 caps. What does that mean? 49 caps, 49 apariencias para la selección. So when you say he's been capped or he's had this amount of caps, no es capitán, aunque parezca así, but that means has played for his national team. Number 2, she was born in 1965 in Iceland, Islandia, an Icelandic singer, songwriter, composer, record producer, and actress. She's been in the business for over 4 decades, and her music is eclectic. She's got folk, pop, experimental, trip hop. I mean, I'm a huge fan of her music. And she was the lead singer originally of the alternative rock band, the Sugar Cubes. That was when she was 21 years old. And then 1992, the Sugar Cubes disbanded. They melted away. Okay. All right. And, well, she became even more famous as a solo artist. And last but not least, this guy was born in 1960, an American actor, director, and producer. His first major role was in The Flamingo Kid in 1984. He was also in Short Circuit, the one about the robot, I Am Johnny Number 5. Oh, I love those movies. Short Circuit, ahí no habéis cambiado el título, Cortocircuito. Also Caddyshack, that's the one about golf with Bill Murray. It's a great movie too. Arachnophobia from 1999. And yeah, I guess he's been in many other things as well, but those are some of the most popular films he's been in. All right, anybody know these people? If not, I'm going to give them to you either way because we've got to move on. Number 1, Jesus Navas. Yeah, Nava is terreno sin, right? It's terreno sin árboles. Well, Jesus Flatlands. Jesus Flatlands. Jesus Navas. Number 2, Bjork. Number 2 is Bjork. And number 3, Brian McNamara. Brian McNamara from the movie Short Circuit. And that's going to bring us to our Say What soundbite that's from the movie Short Circuit. Vaya película, eh? I love this movie. Both of them, 1 and 2. Johnny number 5. And he says, malfunction, need input. Necesito input. ¿Cómo se dice? Input. Buena palabra. Input. Input, ¿en serio? Datos. Necesito datos. And output is lo que produces. Producción. So it's interesting. Input versus output. So he says, need input. And she says, input? She goes, all right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. So he doesn't know anything. He's a machine and he's learning. Now we know about that machine learning. Okay, this is a house. We live within it. This is Ali Sheedy, by the way, who played this role. Inside it. Vivimos dentro de ello. We have a floor. See? Aquí hay un suelo, ¿ves? And we have the opposite. Ojo, he oído mucha gente decir opposite. No es opposite, it's opposite. We have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up. Mira hacia arriba. All right, so great job, Chris Valrol, and all of you today. Seriously. Let me give you the Say What soundbite now that we know where it's from and who it is and all that jazz.
Malfunction. Need input.
Input. All right. You got it. Okay. This is a house. We live within it, inside it. We have a floor, see? And we have the opposite of a floor, which is a ceiling. Look up.
All right, there you go, folks. And it's time for our final section today. Name that lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric. Name that lyric. Name that lyric. Name that lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric. And thank you. Wonderful job. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to teach you guys, to be here with you today. And I hope you'll stay tuned. My great amiga, Ximena Holiday will be up. And I know I'm going to be I couldn't be leaving you in better hands than Ximena Holiday. I know she's going to entertain you, teach you, and guide you. As I always say, the best teachers are not just the ones who teach you, but they guide you. You're doing great here, but you need to improve this. This is okay. You got this under control, right? Telling you, just, kind of giving you that feedback that we all could use in any situation in our lives. And I thank you guys too for constantly giving me feedback on the different sections, the new Learn with Lara section, another roaring success. And that's a brand new section. Of course, my daughter's got that Midas touch. Lo que toca se convierte a oro, or at least cuteness. So stay tuned, and I know you're going to have a blast with Ximena. She's an amazing person, a great friend of mine, and hopefully she'll come too on December 1st when we throw our party on the air, and we bring you guys back to the beginning, where Vaughn Radio started. All right, so amigos, here's your song for today. Name that lyric. I'll give it to you because we don't have much time. It's Tom Waits. Tom Waits. We looked at the word wait. Podría ser Tomás Pesos o Tomás Espera. Tom waits for no one. No, and the name of the song is Hold On. We looked at that too. Hold On is another way to. Does anybody see the irony there? La ironía. Tom Waits. Hold on. And the song starts out, they hung up a sign in our town. Colgaron un letrero en nuestro pueblo. If you live it up, to live it up, si vives a tope, you won't live it down. And to live something down is you'll regret it. Lo arrepentirás. You won't live it down. So I think nos quedamos con esa frase. If you live it up, you won't live it down. And let's just say you came across the word live it down meaning. You say, oh, Alberto, no estás tú. To live it down, meaning to make people forget something. Like, la gente nunca se va a olvidar de eso. You're never going to live it down. It's never going to be forgotten. So, my amigos, thank you so much. And here we go with the raspy Tom Waits. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah, my name is Tom Waits. I'm gonna destroy my voice.